Sir, share screen option
Yeah, I'm just giving. You can share your screen now.
My Seminar 1 guitar project by Arjun Raghav Kumar. Acknowledgements. We as Arjun Raghav parents acknowledge his hard work and dedication towards his guitar learning and preparations for his project work. It is very much commendable about his innovative thinking and trying new things in learning music. We are very proud for his work and love
Arjun,
being
your
part.
voice is a bit cracky. ரொம்ப ஒரு மாதிரி எக்கோ அடிக்குது. Can you please check your audio connections?
Ippa?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. We are very proud for his work and love being the part of Athreya Academy. Content of this presentation. Exercises and warm-ups. Note theory. In that there will be natural notes, sharp notes, and flat notes. Distance between the notes. There will be whole note and a half note. Fretboard reading. 6 strings and 21 frets. Magical triangle. Being able to identify notes in 3 different locations and 3 different strings. Joining pieces. Construct small 8-note pieces. Basic licks. Merging of notes. Complete cycle of 12 notes. Majors, minors, major scales, minor chords, major formulas, minor scales, minor chords, minor formulas, clefs, treble clef, guitar, bass clef, keyboard, and piano. Finger exercises and warm-ups. One finger exercise that my teacher taught me is 1, 2, 3, 4. This pattern can be played in 24 different ways. I play it from the 6th string to the 1st string and then from the 1st string to the 6th string. This pattern helps with tempo and playing speed. This is the first part of my warm-up. The second part of my warm-up is the C chord or Sarigama Padanisa. I play it like Sarigama Padanisa or Sani Dappa Magarisa. This also helps with my tempo and playing speed. I think both these exercises really helped in improving my tempo and playing speed. Also, these exercises got me ready for and song or other things that I will learn. Note theory. Note theory consists of 3 parts. These 3 parts are natural notes, sharp notes, and flat notes. There are 7 natural notes. The 7 starting alphabets from A to G. 1 is A, 2 is B, 3 is C, 4 is D, 5 is E, 6 is F, 7 is G. But to complete a scale, we require 8 notes. The 8th note is always a repetition of the first note but higher in tone. Every natural note has its identical note denoted by the hash sign. This note is called a sharp note. There are only 5 sharp notes that are A sharp, C sharp, D sharp, F sharp, G sharp. B and D do not have their sharps. Every natural note has its identical note denoted by the B sign. This note is called the flat note. There are 7 notes that are A flat, B flat, C flat, D flat, E flat, F flat, and G flat. Flat notes always come after a cycle of 12 notes. Distance between the notes, whole notes. Distance between the notes can be measured as whole notes or half notes. Whole notes are a note with a time value of 2 half notes. Whole notes are the longest note now in common use. In the distance of notes, a whole is very essential to measure the distance of notes. For example, if you are playing from G to A, that is the distance of a whole note. This is because G and A are not directly next to each other. G sharp is between G and A. This is why whole notes are essential to measuring notes. Distance between the notes, half notes. Distance between the notes can also be measured in half notes. Half notes are notes that have a time interval of 2 quarter notes. Half notes are the second longest note in common use. Half notes are also essential to measure the distance between notes. For example, G sharp has a distance of note. G sharp is between G and A, so there cannot be a whole note gap. G sharp is right between G and A, so G sharp to A has the distance of a half note. This is also why half notes are essential to measuring the distance between notes. Fretboard reading. In fretboard reading, there are 6 strings and 21 frets. The 6 strings are 1 E, high E, 2 B, 3 G, 4 D, 5 A, and 6 E, low E. These are the 6 strings and their notes. Next, each string has 21 frets. On each string, the order of the notes varies since the notes of each string also vary. Notes can be found on 2 or more strings, but the notes will vary in tone. Magical triangle. The magical triangle is when you are able to find notes in 3 different locations in 3 different strings. For example, you can find the C note in the first string, the second string, and the third string. This helps if you are trying to find notes because you have some options about which note to play. This helps when you are playing a song. Joining pieces. 1. Joining pieces is when we construct small 8-note pieces. One 8-note piece is sa re ga ma pa da ni sa. The fret and string numbers are 5th fret 3rd string, 7th fret 3rd string, 5th fret 2nd string, 6th fret 2nd string, 8th fret 2nd string, 5th fret 1st string, 7th fret 1st string, and 8th fret 1st string. This helps with many things. For example, even jingle bells can be played on this 8-note piece. This also helps with speeding up my tempo and making my playing speed faster. One last thing it helps with is making the notes more clearer. Joining pieces 2. There is also another small 8-note piece. It is also sa re ga ma pa da ni sa. The only difference is that the frets and strings are different. The frets and strings are 8th fret 6th string, 5th fret 5th string, 7th fret 5th string, 8th fret 5th string, 5th fret 4th string, 7th fret 4th string, 4th fret 3rd string, and 5th fret 3rd string. Just like the one before, you can play jingle bells on it. This is a little more complicated than the first one because the notes are on 4 strings unlike 3. Also, it is on the 6th and 5th string, which for some people might be harder to play. This also helps you improve your playing speed and playing at a faster tempo. Basic licks. In music, licks are a short combination of notes. For musicians, learning a lick is usually a form of imitation. One lick I have learned is sa re ga ma pa da ni sa. This is a lick because it is very short. This lick helps me in various ways. Another lick I have learned is Jingle Bells. This is a lick because it is a very short song. This lick is very convenient to play because almost all the notes are in sa re ga ma pa da ni sa. Also, I can play this lick to my friends and family. Complete cycle of 12 notes. The complete cycle of 12 notes consists of the 7 natural notes and 5 sharp notes. The 7 natural notes are the first 7 starting alphabets: A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. The 5 sharp notes are the first 7 starting alphabets, except that B and D do not have their sharps. The complete cycle of 12 notes are A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp. This is the complete cycle of 12 notes. Majors. In majors, there are 3 things major scales, major chords, and major formulas. A major scale is a scale in which the third scale degree, the mediant, is a major third above the tonic note. A major chord is a chord that is a root, a major third, and a perfect fifth. A major scale follows the formula whole, half, whole, half, or WWH, WWWH. These are the three things in majors. Minors. In minors, there are also three things: minor scales, minor chords, and minor formulas. Minor scales are 7 stepwise pitches that form an octave arranged in one of three possible sequences, all having in common a half step or semitone between the second and third notes. A minor chord is a chord that is a root, a minor third, and a perfect fifth. A minor scale follows the formula whole, half, half, whole, or WH, WWH, WW. These are the three things in minors. Major scale. The major scale is one of the most widely used scales in Western music. It is a 7-note scale that is made up of a specific pattern of whole and half steps. The major scale is often associated with a happy and upbeat sound and is used in a wide variety of musical genres, including pop, rock, jazz, and classical music. The notes of the scale are designated by their position in the scale, with the first note being called the tonic and the seventh note being called the leading tone. The major scale is also a foundation for many other scales and modes, making it an essential component of music theory. Major chords. A major chord is a type of chord that is commonly used in Western music. It is made up of three notes: the root note, the major third, and the perfect fifth, that are played together to create a harmonious sound. The major chord is often associated with bright and cheerful sound, and it is used in a wide variety of musical genres, including pop, rock, country, and blues music. The major chord is also an essential component of music theory and is often used to create the basic structure of a song. Many famous songs, from the Beatles' Let It Be to Queen's We Will Rock You, feature major chords prominently, making them instantly recognizable to music fans around the world. Major formulas. Major formulas are important in music theory. They help musicians understand the relationship between notes and chords. There are several major formulas, including the major scale, chord, and key signature formulas. By understanding these formulas, musicians can create and analyze music with greater precision and communicate with other musicians and composers more effectively. Minor scales. Minor scales are an important part of Western music. They have a specific pattern of whole and half steps and are often associated with melancholy, introspective, or dramatic mood. There are several types of minor scales, and they are used in a wide variety of musical genres. In addition to being used for melodies and harmonies, minor scales are also the foundation for many minor chords. A minor chord is a common chord in Western music made up of three notes that create a melancholy sound. It is used in various genres, including classical, jazz, rock, and pop music, to create contrast and tension. The chord is made up of a root note, a minor third, and a perfect fifth. It is an essential component of music theory. Many famous songs feature minor chords prominently, making them easily recognizable to music fans. Minor formulas. Minor formulas are central in music theory and help musicians understand how minor scales and chords are constructed. There are several minor formulas, including the natural minor, harmonic minor, and melodic minor scales. Each minor scale formula has a unique pattern of whole and half steps, producing a characteristic sound. The minor chord formula is a combination of three notes: the root note, the minor third, and the perfect fifth, that creates a melancholy sound. By understanding these minor formulas, musicians can create and analyze music with greater precision and depth. Clefs. Treble clef. There are two types of clefs. The first clef is called a treble clef. The treble clef is the only G clef still in use. The treble clef notes are C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. This is also the most commonly used clef and is generally the first clef learned by music students. Some instruments that use this clef are violin, flute, oboe, cor anglais, all clarinets, all saxophones, horn, trumpet, cornet, vibraphone, xylophone, mandolin, recorder, bagpipe, and guitar. Clefs. Bass clef. The second type of clef is called a bass clef. The clef is the only F clef still in use. The notes of the bass clef are F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. The bass clef makes reading music easier by avoiding the use of too many ledger lines. The bass clef can really help you in your journey as a musician. Some instruments that use the bass clef are cello, double bass, and bass guitar, bassoon and contrabassoon, bass recorder, trombone, tuba, and timpani. History of guitar. The guitar was founded in Spain in the 18th century. The man who founded the guitar was called Antonio Torres Jurado. Antonio was born in Spain in 1817. He made a larger version of the guitar, which also produced a louder tone. Torres extended the length of the strings and widened the body itself to create the very first version of the modern guitar. Anatomy of a guitar. There is a tuning peg, headstock, nut, fretboard, frets, fret markers,